Those ice cubes are the wrong first move when your dog comes home overheated. Cool the body first, then use the bowl safely. In July 2026 heat, a dog can walk through the door after a short walk, tongue spread wide, ribs pumping, and still be getting hotter inside. You grab the frozen bowl because you love them and you are scared. I understand that. But if rest, shade, and water do not start calming that panting, this is not just a tired dog. Before you try the obvious frozen fix, you need to know what is happening inside your dog. I'm Dr. Maya Hart, and I have watched summer heat mistakes come into exam rooms with good owners still holding the leash. They thought their dog was winded. They thought a cold bowl had fixed it. Then the dog vomited, staggered, or looked at them with glassy eyes. Heat trouble often hides in that little gap between he drank some water and his body temperature is actually coming down. Today, we are putting one clear post-walk order in place. Water matters, shade matters, airflow matters, cooling the paws, belly, armpits, groin, and inner thighs matters. And when a dog does not settle, a rectal temperature can tell you what guessing cannot. The panting is not background noise. It is your dog's emergency cooling system. People sweat across their skin. Dogs do not cool that way. They sweat a little through their paw pads, but their main cooling tool is panting. When your dog pants, air moves over wet surfaces in the mouth, tongue, and upper airway. Moisture evaporates, and that helps pull heat away from the body. That works on a mild day. It can fail in July air that feels heavy, still, and humid. It can fail when the sidewalk is pushing heat back into the paws. It can fail in a dark-coated dog, an overweight dog, a senior dog, or a dog with a short face and a narrow airway. Your dog may look like they are only breathing hard, while the body is trying to dump heat it cannot release fast enough. Normal dog temperature is roughly 101 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. When that number climbs, concern climbs with it. Around 104 degrees and higher, I treat heat as danger territory, not as a wait-and-see problem. That number matters. Here is your first useful move after a hot walk. Get the dog inside or into deep shade. Stop all activity. Take off anything trapping heat, like a thick harness, backpack, tight shirt, or heavy collar setup. Offer small amounts of cool water. Then, watch the breathing. A dog who is recovering should slowly look less frantic over several minutes. I want you watching the whole dog, not just the bowl. Look at the tongue. Is it hanging wide and flat like a spoon? Or is it slowly pulling back into the mouth? Look at the ribs. Are they still working hard with every breath? Or is the chest movement easing? Say your dog's name. A recovering dog should become more responsive, not less. The bowl is only one part of cooling. The stomach is not a radiator. Drinking can help, but heat leaves the body best when you combine cooler surroundings, wet contact on the right areas, and moving air. That is why the frozen bowl reaction can backfire. Let's make this simple. The safer post-walk order is stop, shade, sip, wet contact, airflow, scan, and temperature if needed. Stop means the walk is over. Do not let your dog keep pacing the yard, chasing a ball, greeting neighbors, or pulling toward another block. A dog with rising heat does not need to walk it off. They need the heat load to drop. Shade means real cooling, not a skinny strip of sun-baked porch. Bring your dog indoors if you can. Air conditioning is useful. A cool tile floor is useful. Deep shade with moving air is better than bright shade on hot concrete. If you are away from home, move under a tree, into a car with air conditioning running, or near a building that blocks the sun. Sip means small, repeated drinks of cool water, not freezing water poured into a frantic mouth, not a huge bowl that turns into gulping. Offer a few laps, pause, and offer again every few minutes. If your dog is panting so hard they cannot lap normally, that is not a water problem. That is a heat warning. Wet contact means cool, not icy water on the places where heat can leave. Wet the paw pads. Wet the belly. Wet the armpit area where the front legs meet the chest. Wet the groin and inner thighs. These are areas where vessels run closer to the surface and where water plus airflow can help pull heat away. Use a hose on gentle flow, a wet washcloth, a soaked towel that you keep re-wetting, or your hand dipped in cool water. Do not wrap the dog tightly in a heavy wet towel and leave it there. That can trap warm water against the body. Think wet surface plus air movement, not a soggy blanket. Airflow is the step many owners miss. Put a fan on the wet areas. Open the car vents. Let moving air pass across the damp belly, paws, and inner thighs. Evaporation is doing work for you. Cooling works best when heat can leave the body through wet skin contact and airflow, not only through the stomach. Now scan. Lift the lip and look at the gums. Normal gums are usually pink and moist. Pale gums, gray gums, blue gums, or brick red gums are not normal. Watch coordination. A dog that stumbles, wobbles, collapses, or cannot stand is past the home comfort zone. Watch the eyes. A dog who seems glassy, confused, or oddly quiet after heavy panting needs help. Check breathing effort, not just breathing speed. Hard belly movement, noisy breathing, a stretched neck, or a dog who cannot lie comfortably are warning signs. A normal hot dog should progressively settle. The panting should become less frantic. The tongue should retract a little. The posture should soften. The dog should respond better when you speak. Here's the line I don't want you to cross with ice. Ice cubes are not poison for every dog. The mistake is using them as the first or only cooling tool when a dog is already heat stressed. If your dog is frantic, gulping, coughing, or barely coordinating their mouth, ice cubes can become a choking risk. If they gulp a large amount of ice water while distressed, they can vomit. Vomiting during heat stress steals time and fluids, and it can make the owner think the stomach is the whole problem when the body temperature is still rising. The bigger mistake is emotional. The dog drinks and the owner relaxes. The dog chews a cube and the owner thinks the danger passed. But a dog that keeps panting hard after rest, shade, and water may be overheating internally, not just tired from the walk. That is the key claim I want burned into your summer routine. Certain dogs get less room for error. Bulldogs, French bulldogs, pugs, Boston Terriers, and other short-faced dogs have smaller airway margins. Seniors cool more slowly. Overweight dogs carry more insulation. Dark-coated dogs absorb more radiant heat. Dogs with heart disease, airway disease, laryngeal problems, or past heat trouble need a faster safety response. Hot pavement adds another layer. Paw pads can burn, but pavement also keeps feeding heat into the body during the walk. If your dog was walking on asphalt that felt painful to your hand, the cooling system may have been losing ground for several blocks before you noticed the panting. Once that safety line is clear, the real title payoff makes sense. After a hot walk, do this instead of rushing straight to the frozen bowl. Shade, sip, soak, spin, scan, temperature. Shade means remove the heat source. Get out of sun, get off pavement, get into air conditioning or deep shade. Take off heat-trapping gear. Keep your own voice calm, because a panicked owner can make a dog pace and resist handling. Your job is to reduce exertion, not add another struggle. Sip means offer cool water in small amounts. Put the bowl down and let your dog choose short drinks. If they take a few laps and look away, do not force more. If they want to gulp without stopping, lift the bowl for a short pause and offer it again. You are supporting hydration without turning the bowl into a frantic event. Soak means cool water on the body surfaces that matter. Use cool tap water, not ice water, not freezing packs pressed into the skin. Wet the paws first if that is easiest. Then wet the belly, armpits, groin, and inner thighs. If you have a spray bottle, use it. If you have a washcloth, keep dipping it and wiping those areas. If you have a hose, gentle flow is enough. Spin means moving air. A fan across wet fur and skin helps evaporation carry heat away. In a car, use cool air vents directed near the dog, while someone monitors breathing and awareness. At home, a box fan, ceiling fan, or portable fan can help. Water without airflow can warm up on the coat. Airflow keeps the cooling going. Scan means keep checking for the signs that separate recovery from heat stroke. Panting should steadily ease. Gums should stay a healthy color. The dog should be able to stand, respond to your voice, and look more settled, not more dazed. Vomiting, diarrhea, wobbliness, collapse, confusion, blue gums, pale gums, brick red gums, or noisy breathing means you stop thinking of this as a normal cooldown. Temperature means use a lubricated rectal thermometer if your dog is safe to handle. Rectal temperature is the practical at-home number for heat danger. Ear and forehead guesses are unreliable when the question is internal overheating. Use a digital thermometer labeled for your pet kit. Put a small amount of lubricant, petroleum jelly, or water-based lubricant on the tip. Have one adult steady the dog gently at the chest and hips. Lift the tail only enough to see what you are doing. Insert the tip about 1 inch for a medium or large dog, less for a small dog, and wait for the reading. If your dog is snapping, collapsing, or struggling to breathe, do not fight for a number. Go for veterinary care. If the temperature is in the normal range and the panting is easing, keep your dog resting in a cool place and keep offering small drinks. If the temperature is around 104 or higher, or the symptoms look severe, you treat that as urgent. Call your vet or an ER vet and head in, while continuing sensible cooling during the trip. So where do ice cubes fit? After the body cooling order is already underway, and after your dog can lap normally, ice can be used to keep water cool or as a small treat for a calm dog who handles it well. It is not the rescue plan. It is not the first move for a frantic, overheated dog. The rescue plan is shade, sip, soak, spin, scan, and temperature. That gives relief after one walk, but prevention is where smart pet parents win July. Walk before the heat peaks. Early morning is usually safer than midday. Late evening can still be hot if pavement has stored heat all day, so check the ground. Use the back of your hand on the pavement for several seconds. If it feels too hot for your skin, it is too hot for a casual walk on dog paws. Choose grass and shade when you can. Shorten the route before your dog begs to stop. A 10-minute sniff walk in shade, may be safer than a fast 30-minute march on asphalt. Dogs do not need to prove toughness in summer heat. They need you to set the limit before their cooling system is overloaded. Bring water on the walk, but do not make water your only plan. Plan shade breaks. Let your dog sniff instead of pulling them at a steady human pace. Sniffing breaks lower exertion. If your dog is already panting hard at the first corner, turn back. That is not failure. That is good judgment. After returning home, use a shaded rest spot, a cool floor, or a cooling mat if your dog likes it. Keep bowls clean and filled with fresh water. Slime in a water bowl is biofilm, and some dogs drink less when the bowl smells stale. A stainless steel bowl washed daily is a simple summer habit that helps. Track the recovery pattern. This matters as much as the walk itself. A normal hot dog should improve after stopping. The breathing should soften. The posture should relax. The dog may still pant for a while, but the intensity should trend down. Worsening panting after stopping is more concerning than panting that steadily eases. Use a rough 10-minute check. After rest, shade, and small drinks, is your dog clearly settling within about 10 minutes? Not perfect, not asleep, just moving in the right direction. If your dog is still blasting air, unable to get comfortable, drooling heavily, staring strangely, or acting weak, treat that as a warning signal. Write down the conditions that cause trouble. July humidity, direct sun, pavement, a certain hill, an extra 5 pounds of body weight, or a thick harness can all change the outcome. If your dog pants hard every time the temperature rises, talk with your regular vet. Heart disease, airway disease, pain, obesity, and endocrine problems can all shrink the safety margin. This is home care safe only if your dog is alert, able to drink normally, able to stand, and clearly improving with rest, shade, water, wet contact, and airflow. Home care is useful only until heat stroke signs appear. Get immediate veterinary or ER care if the rectal temperature is 104 degrees or higher. Go now if your dog collapses, becomes weak, wobbles, has glassy eyes, seems confused, vomits, has diarrhea, passes bloody stool, has pale gums, brick red gums, blue gums, seizures, noisy breathing, or panting that remains intense after rest, shade, water, and active cooling. Do not force water into the mouth. A dog who cannot drink safely can choke or aspirate. Do not delay care because the dog, quote, seems tired. Heat stroke can injure the brain, gut, kidneys, blood clotting system, and heart. The outside of the dog can look calmer, while the inside is still in trouble. If you are cooling while heading for care and you are able to monitor temperature, stop active cooling once the rectal temperature approaches about 103 degrees. You do not want to overshoot into overcooling. Keep the dog in a cool environment, keep air moving, and let the veterinary team take over. Now return to that July walk. Your dog comes through the door hot, panting, and desperate for relief. You do not have to panic. Rely on ice cubes. You have an order. Shade first, small cool drinks, cool water contact on paws, belly, armpits, groin, and inner thighs, moving air, a symptom scan, a rectal temperature when the dog is safe to handle and the signs do not settle. That order protects your dog better than staring at a frozen bowl and hoping the panting fades. It turns a scary summer moment into a clear decision. Tell me your dog's name, breed, age, and whether their panting usually settles within 10 minutes after a hot walk. If you have a short-faced dog, a senior, or a dog who struggles in July heat, say that too, because another pet parent may recognize the same pattern in their own house. Share this with someone who thinks ice cubes are the whole cool-down plan. You may help them avoid a dangerous summer mistake. Subscribe for practical vet guidance that tells you what to try at home, what to skip, and when to call for help. Give your dog a gentle scratch from Dr. Maya tonight, and check that one safety line before you try anything new.